something else. I forgot the name of it, but what else they call it. But there's a few things that they call that kind of roller. And it's real good to get behind tulips.
What are you doing, little guy?
Instead of brushing it.
What are you showing us? Don't worry, guys. You'll see in just a minute.
There. So that's what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. It should take very much
longer. What's this
longer.
guy doing? Is he painting?
Probably have to put.
Yeah, he is.
Second coat.
You guys know that guy?
This one.
That's Rob.
Too bad the wall.
That's Waymaker, y'all.
Probably run it over with the second coat, but
yep.
And it probably does need it.
I got here a little bit early and decided to watch a little bit of Rob from Waymaker. I hope you guys are watching. You guys really need to go out and check out his channel if you haven't already. He's drops by the channel quite often to hang out. Let me turn this light on. There we go. That's better. He drops by to see me every single week, and I believe that he'll be here again this week. I believe, unless something strange is going on. If he isn't, I'm giving you a call, seeing what's going on, making sure you're all right. But hey, guys, thanks for bearing with me on that. But please, yeah, go out there and check out Waymaker's channel. What's up, Ricky? How you doing, man? Glad to have you again, as always. Hey, you know, Ricky, if you want to come on the channel, if you want to come on with me, I would love that. You know, I'll drop that link a little later. But if you want to come on, I would love that. Talk to you face to face. But before I get too started or whatnot, and as we wait for people to come in, I was also going through some of my comments from past videos over the last couple of weeks, and there's a couple of people that dropped by a few times, and I just want to kind of give them a shout out. One of them is D. Bachman 1981. He gave me a comment. He was talking about a blower rack. He was checking out one of my old videos when I was giving my setup video, and I said I think it was titled like the ultimate solo lawn care setup. And he was watching that, and he was talking about how the blower rack, if you don't have it secured properly with a base under it, supporting the weight, then you'll crack your handle. And I thought that was excellent advice. So big shout out to D. Bachman 1981. Thanks for commenting and watching. Good, but not tonight. Okay, no problem, man. Maybe one day. But you're always welcome. And also Polo Park Maintenance. Maintenance of, let's see here. Of Georgia? Is it? I got to look at the full name here. Well, it's not going to let me, but it's just Polo Park Maintenance. They've dropped by a couple times and they let me know that they had a YouTube channel. So I would encourage you to go check them out. Hey, maybe you'll like some content that they got. So yeah, thank you. Thank you to you guys. If you guys are still watching those videos or watching my videos, watching these lives after the fact. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. And I hope you've liked and subscribed to the channel and you're enjoying it. What's going on, Mr. Rob? What's going on, Joffrey? It's good to have you guys as always. Hey, Rob, I don't know if you saw, but I kind of started this video out with your last video with Paint and Ben's shop. So you're right, man. It's about time Ben got that painted. It's about time that you did that. So I'm glad you're out there and it's looking good, buddy. You're painting the steps was what I was showing them. So it looks like it's going to come along nicely, and I can't wait to see that in person. Let's see. So, yeah, this week was an interesting week. Just kind of cruising along, off season, if you will. You know, I've heard it said that there really isn't an off season for lawn care. You may not be mowing, but you're still doing some work. You're still doing some stuff with the business. And that's totally true, actually. I don't think I've ever stopped thinking about the business. A lot of times, hey, thanks. Thank you so much. Yeah, by the way, Guth, he said the truck looks nice. I'm going to put your comment up here in a second. He's talking about, because last week I had mentioned that we did a thing. We got a truck, and I put those pictures on Instagram. So go check me out on Instagram if you haven't. You can check out my wife's new truck. So yeah, that's not going to be for the lawn care business. But she did say, hey, well, maybe one day we'll trade your truck in. Well, it's got some worth, and maybe we'll get something that I enjoy driving more, and maybe you can start driving the truck. And I said, how many times, are we just going to like keep on paying things off just to get in more debt? Is that what we're going to do here? Because that's not what I want to do. So, but who knows what'll happen in the the little guy's household. We don't know what we're doing from time to time. But yeah, lawn care season never really ends. You're always kind of thinking about stuff and what you're going to be doing. So this time I've got this fuel leak on the Proline 32, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. Well, I figured it out this week. It's just from the carburetor fuel bowl. The gasket got a little bit jacked up in there, and it's been leaking, for at least a year now, and I just never done anything with it. And so I took that fuel bowl off, and there was some gunk in the bottom of there, and it was running really rough, like it was like surging, woo, woo, woo. And until you put the RPMs up, the throttle up, and I knew something was up with it. And the jet, after I took the fuel bowl off, it was kind of gunked up. So I'm hoping that fixes my problem. Then I can get a new gasket for that fuel bowl, and we'll get that all sealed up. So I'm focusing on mower maintenance right now. Usually I'm cleaning up the shop, and I'm doing some other projects. Like last year I made some cornhole boards, and didn't really make any money off those because I spent more money and more time than I cared to make them. But this year I'm not doing any of that. I haven't even started cleaning the garage, but I do need to do that. But I'm focusing on on getting the mowers tuned up, cleaned up. And then just right before I came on, I was on my way home from family dinners. You guys know I have with my mom and my sister. And I was noticing that some of the lawns were sprayed in their neighborhood. What's going on, Gary? How you doing? Let's see. Yes, man. Yes, Gary. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to put this comment up here. He says he's just been diagnosed with cancer, and he's ready to go home, but please pray. Lord will give me time to raise my son first. Of course, Gary, man. That's it's terrible, man. You know what? I'm going to pray for you right now, if that's okay. Guys, we're just going to take a little break, and we're going to pray for Gary. So if you're the praying sort, let's just do this. Let's support him that way. Father, man, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that on, but thank you. Thank you for Gary. Thank you for him coming on and sharing this with us and giving us the opportunity to pray for him. Father, I pray that you would just be with him, that you would just give him this desire to be there and raise his son. Lord, we know that this has been a tough year for Gary. He shared a few things at times, and it has been tough, more than anyone should have to bear. But Father, I pray that you would be with him, that you would grant him long days, Father, that he would be a dad to his son, and that his son can know his father. So, Father, and Lord, I hate to say if it's your will, because you're powerful to heal and to restore. But if it is your will, would you just go ahead and just restore his whole body? Though he got this diagnosis, Lord, you've done amazing things, and you made him, you created him, and this is not too big of a thing for you to just restore him and to remake his body cancer-free. So, Father, Lord, we ask this with the sincerest of heart for our brother Gary, that you would just do this for him. So it's in the name of Jesus that we pray these things in full faith. Amen. So, Gary, man, I'm really sorry to hear that, but brother, man, I'll be keeping praying with you. I say pray for me, guys, and because I'm praying for you, and it's true. I do pray for you guys. I think about you guys, and I think about what you guys are going through. So, Gary, man, you are going to be added undoubtedly in daily prayer, and any time that I think about you. So, but I'm sorry to hear that. So, we're going to keep on going on with the program. Yeah. So mowers, we're just getting the mowers together, and I was in my brother's neighborhood, and I was seeing that there was a bunch of lawns that were green because we put dye in ours to make them green. That's not really to make them green; it's marking dye so we can see where we sprayed. And I was like, man, it's middle January, and people out there spraying, and it's still too early for me. But it got me thinking. I'm like, well, when am I going to start spraying? And I'm only like 3 weeks away, guys. I'm like 3 weeks away. Last year I was a little behind the curve. I got started in late February, but my plan is now to get started in early February. So I've got like 3 weeks to get my junk together because it's going to start heating up again. It's going to start heating up, and got to get out there and get those yards taken care of so they'll be looking good for the springtime. Of course, Gary, man, it's my pleasure. It's our pleasure. You see that Joffrey, he loves the Lord too, and he's going to be praying for you as well. So, yes, be filled with hope, brother, because we have everything to be hopeful for those of us who are in Christ. We have everything to be hopeful for. He's our hope. This life, this body isn't our hope. It's him, and it's in the life that he's prepared for us and for you. So, good, man, good. Lawn care. The season is right around the corner for me. So, got to get my act together. I'm doing that, and let's see here. What else is going on? Maybe we'll get Doug in here. Doug in here from Eden Lawn Care. He loves cornhole, and I played my first, actually my second cornhole tournament, and that was a great experience. It was a long night. I was hoping it wouldn't be that long, but I played real well, and I got third place with my partner. It was a blind draw. You had to qualify for the tournament, so you had 4 rounds of what they call round robin, and they would draw random partners, and you play the 4 rounds, and then you would qualify to take the top 80% scores, and they would go to the tournament, and then it's double elimination. I ended up getting third. I got my money back, so it was a great experience. I'm going to go out there again, so I'm looking forward to that. Got some new cornhole bags on order, and excited to use those. So I guess I don't have a whole bunch to talk about tonight. So I might get you guys on here a little bit earlier, put the link out there a little bit early and talk about whatever you guys want. But Joffrey says he feels like the winter is just beginning here. Seems weird to hear lawn care right now. Yeah, I know, right around the corner. And that's the amazing thing is because I don't know, what are we? I think we're like, because you're central Illinois, and St. Louis is about 7.5 hours from me. And I think you're a few hours north of that. So, you're like 13 hours away, something like that from me. And that's the difference. I mean, I'm fixing to gear up for lawn care. And you're right. You guys are like right smack dab in the middle of your lawn season. So that's the difference around the country. You know, the guys up in Michigan, they're nowhere near. They're still plowing snow. Gary, he's getting his lawn care trailer letter up next week. Wish I could share it on. Man, love to have you on, Gary. Love to have you on. And I think you can share pictures. You just got to share your screen. But you know, Instagram, you can go to my Instagram if you want to, and you can share them there, or anybody's really. But yeah, man, we'd love to see it if we can figure a way. Putting it out there. Waymaker Rob, you're saying I'm going to put it out there for mulch job this week. Yeah, mulch. You can do mulch anytime, and I actually still have to finish up a mulch because I did that one job some time ago. What was it, 7 yards of mulch, and I still have just a little bit to do on the front. I've just been lazy, and we've gotten some snow, so I still gotta finish up that. It's not very much though. I mean, we're talking like 4 bags of mulch. It's almost nothing, but I got to go get that cleaned up for them too. And that's a good idea for anybody. Lawn care season really doesn't ever end as long as you know, you don't have snow on the ground or you know, the ground's just plain frozen. You know. Bidding one tomorrow. Rob says he's bidding one tomorrow. Man, go get that, brother. Go get that. Hey, maybe if you end up coming on tonight, maybe you can kind of share with us how you bid your mulch. I know a lot of us guys, we kind of already have our way, but it's always nice to do a little information share as we usually do. And that might be a good segue to go ahead and throw the link out there, and you guys will get a little bit more time. Usually I give you guys the last 30 minutes to come on and we'll talk, but I'll just put it out there now. So for anybody that wants to come on, go ahead. Post in the link now. Copy clipboard. And just use this link. You'll have to probably cut and paste it into your browser. And I'll get a little notification. I'll add you in. So there you go, guys. Anything you guys want to talk about? Like I said, I'm kind of a blank slate. It's been eventful but uneventful. Just got back from camping. We went up to a lake called Eufaula, We had some friends from our home fellowship, and they got a little trailer out near the lake, pretty much on the lake, but it's not lakefront. It's just, you can see it from their porch. And we went out there, took our RV out there, plugged in their electricity, and we hung out there with them this weekend, and that was nice for Sabbath. They're also Torah observant, so we shared our Sabbath with each other, and it was really nice to get to know them a little bit better. So that was great. And here, not next month. I don't think we're going out next month. We might, but we're looking to do one in March, hopefully alone, me and my wife alone. And then after that, we'll start scheduling a trip a month. So we're really looking forward to that quite a bit, because we just love utilizing our RV. So tell me what's going on with you guys, since I'm a boring cat this week. Go ahead and tell me what's going on with you guys. Joffrey, man, with winter just beginning, what are you doing these days? Because I know you've only been down for a couple of weeks, really. I know you're doing some like cleanups, and you even still had some green grass, I think. So the weather's been great around here, around 50 degrees, although it's been super windy. And then it gets below freezing overnight, but then it goes right back up once the sun comes out. We've had plenty of sunshine. By the way, tonight I'm drinking water. For those of you that watch Seth the Lawn Surgeon, he does a tipsy talk. This is not a tipsy talk. This is a gray cup with water in it, laying off the soda, because I ate all weekend, never got hungry. You guys ever do that? You just never even get hungry because you eat so much, just out of boredom, and then you just feel bloated. You feel sick sometimes. So what about y'all's plans? You guys got anything you're looking forward to? Any big news? I mean, any trips you're planning for summer, or maybe a last trip before the springtime gets here? How do I like that sprayer? Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Ricky's asking how I like that sprayer. A little while ago, I bought two Petra sprayers. One of them was the 13-gallon with 100-foot of hose, and then I bought their 4-gallon backpack sprayer. They're all battery operated, and they just have a little different design from the rest of them. And you know what? This is where I'm gonna come out with this. This is actually going to be the last live stream, the last scheduled live stream for Sunday nights. I'm going to start getting these real videos out, doing these reviews, because I owe that. I'm way overdue on that, and I owe you guys that, and I'm going to get that done for you guys. And I'm probably going to post them at the same time, though. It just won't be a live stream. It'll just be my videos, and I'm going to start knocking these reviews out for you guys. First one being the Toro 21. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should do the sprayers first, because that's what people are most interested in. I'll do the sprayers first, and then I'll get to the, or not Toro, but the Exmark 21, commercial 21. Ricky, which one are you most interested in? Are you most interested in that 13-gallon that rolls on the cart with the 100-foot of hose, or are you most interested in the 4-gallon backpack sprayer? I'll do whichever one you want first. But I will tell you, I'll give you guys a little hint. There's some things I like about it, and there's some things I don't like about it. My Exmark, yeah. And the things that I thought I was going to like about it, I don't like. And the things that I didn't think I was going to like about it, well, there wasn't anything I didn't think I was going to like about it. So basically, I like what I like, or I do like what I thought I'd like, and I don't like some of the things that I still thought that I would like. So, oh man, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy making those videos, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them. So Rob, how do I like the Exmark? Well, I'm going to tell you guys on the review for sure. And you kind of already know the 4-gallon. Okay. But I'm anxious to share my thoughts with all of you. And I got to tell you guys something. You get when it comes to equipment reviews, everybody has an interesting perspective. It's like, of course, there's a lot of things that people say that are the same, but not everybody likes the same things about the mowers that they use. Nobody dislikes the same things. Like, it kind of depends on how you use a mower, on what you're going to like about them, what you're not going to like about them. And sometimes it's just like, sometimes, do you ever get your things stuck in your mind that this is what I want, this is what I like, and then other things just kind of get blocked where where it may be a great feature, a great function, or something like that. But it's just your perspective, right? When you're giving a review, and there's been it seems like a million reviews on these X Mark 21s, but I like to think that I kind of bring something, unique because it's my perspective, So I'm sure I'm going to repeat some stuff, but I hope that when I do that review, that'll bring out something that maybe you didn't think about. And I think everybody in here already has their business kind of going. And I'm not sure if they're in the market for a 21. But being as that there's other people that watch these videos that are not on the live, they watch it after the fact. Maybe they'll be interested in that perspective. So I hope I tag it right. I hope I get it out there. I hope it's a good performing video, because I still got to get to that 1,000 subscribers. And as you can see, my beard, it's getting sick, man. This is a beard. I'm kind of jealous of my own beard, if I could be honest with you. Setup video? No, I have not done a recent setup video yet. I'll probably do that a little bit closer to the springtime, like maybe like the beginning of March, because that's when a lot of people start doing their open houses around that time, at least around here. I don't know how it is around the rest of the country, but we got a pretty good climate. So I imagine the rest of the country is probably doing their open houses or their sales around the same time. And I'll tell you this, there's not going to be a whole lot different with my setup this year, because I'm not getting anything new. This is going to be the first year that I'm not buying anything new, mower-wise at least. But I am going to be incorporating that Toro 32, because I sold. For those of you that don't know, I had a Gravely 34 residential mower. It was called a ZT 34. I think that's what it's called. And I sold that to my brother-in-law. So I'm going to be using the Toro Commercial Pro Line 32 exclusively as my wide area mower. And that's about all that's going to change. I might change the way my trailer's kind of configured, the way I set my mowers. I'm not sure about that yet. But yeah, I'll always do a setup video, because there's always something that changes, but something's going to be a little different and could make my video a little bit boring, is that there's not going to be any new equipment. But last year I did not include that Pro Line 32 on my trailer video. So maybe you guys would be interested in that. It's kind of a dinosaur of the mower, so it might be kind of surprising for some people that I went from a 32 from a zero turn to a mid-size walk behind. Mr. Joffrey, I got you, man. Here you come. There you are, buddy.
All right. Hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. So what's going on?
Not much. Just been staying busy more than I'd like to this winter.
Oh, yeah.
Picking up sticks from the ice storm we had on New Year's. And so it's been kind of a challenge. There's just tons of stuff down. Everything finally melted off. I think it was last Monday or Tuesday. We went like 12 days with stuff, and the trees were very glad after that. What was left of them.
Yeah.
But, it was a long time. We've seen the sun, I think, one time since January 1st. That was the other day it came out when everything finally melted off. That's been the only time since sometime back in December. So
yeah,
crazy.
Has everybody been walking around with their head hung low, all depressed and lacking vitamin D?
Yeah, I think so. This is the time of year when everybody around this area is always like, "Oh, I can't wait for spring,"
Yeah. Well, it feels like the winter just got started. I can't believe it's the middle of January already.
Yeah. Well, you guys, that was kind of crazy. When was that? Back in November when you guys had that ice storm?
Yeah, it came early. Usually November still. I like the year before or last year, or the November before that. I think we were in like the 70s. And that was unusually high in itself, but to have an ice storm, really unusual here.
Well, that's what was weird, was because we had a real nice fall. And I remember you guys talking about the ice storm you were having. I'm like, man, we had warmer weather than you did, I think. And
Yeah.
really, see, our winter really didn't start until about January, really, this year. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a cold December, but we didn't have any snow or anything. So it's crazy
Yeah.
now. Yeah, just been doing that. I mean, I still got some cleanups to do, and so I'll work on them in the next few weeks. But getting the big stuff up, but then there's still snow on the ground, so like all the little twigs and everything are down,
Yeah.
in the snow. So there's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
lot of cleanup to do all spring to get that stuff up.
Yeah.
Like one lady, I was at her place earlier this week, and it was a sycamore tree. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they just dropped tons of stuff. I mean, I picked up
Yeah.
all the big stuff, but then the ground was still just covered with tiny stuff. It'll take just as long to clean all that up later.
Oh yeah. I was supposed to go. Well, I say I was supposed to, is either today after we got back from our camping trip or tomorrow after work. But I've got a customer, and she finally got a tree guy out there to trim her tree down from that ice storm, because all the arborist type people have been so behind because they just can't keep up with all the damage that has happened. And uh, she wanted me to come out there and pick up those limbs. So I'll be out there tomorrow since I had to get to it today. But not just that, but all the stuff that's just impossible to pick up. That's like a whole other thing. It's like a leaf cleanup, except different, because it's kind of gets entangled into the grass a little bit, and it just has to kind of decompose in some way. But yeah, they just started in my area. They finally just now got around to picking up the branches that everybody cut off in November.
Okay. Yeah.
Finally.
And that's the thing here. Like in our town, the city said you can put stuff off to the curb under a certain size, diameter, but they're going to supposedly pick it up in February. But if we get another big snow or something, I mean, it's going to be a mess. You're not going to get it up then. So,
right.
And then the worst thing could happen be that it warms up real quick and the grass starts growing, and you don't have time to get the yards cleaned up. Because I've seen that happen before, years where you have an early spring and you just don't have time to get stuff cleaned up then. So
yeah. We got Long Commander in here. We haven't seen him in quite a while, so just want to welcome him real quick. Stacy, it's good to have you. And I was actually thinking about you earlier today. I was brushing out my beard, and I thought, man, I wonder if how long he's grown since the last time we've seen him. Boy. So yeah, I was thinking about him. So it's good to have you back, Stacy. Yeah. So yeah, well, I hope you guys. I hope that does kind of keep you busy, but I hope it's just in the perfect kind of way.
yeah, it's kind of nice because I'm not in any hurry. Actually, I had one customer that had a small tree before this even happened, and was asking if I knew of anybody that does tree work. And actually, my brother-in-law, he has a tree business, and he's been super busy. They were like 3 months out on work before the ice storm even hit.
Oh wow!
And now he's working 6 days a week, well into the dark.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like me, and you are, when winter time comes, he's glad for the shorter days, be home earlier. But he feels like he's just running rampant. But
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do. And I mean, the calls just keep coming in, and he just keeps pushing people farther out. I mean, it's great for business, but yet it's almost bad in a way too, because you're telling people you can't get to it forever.
Yeah.
So it's bad. But no, I have a tree that I was going to cut down for a lady, just a small one. And I'm still got that plan to do yet. And like I said, I got some cleanups done, and then we've had a little bit of snow mixed in there too, so I can do a few driveways, when that happens. But no, it's nice because it's not like it's something I have to go do every day after school, but I can do it, when I want. So
yeah, absolutely. That's what I like about guys like me and you a little bit, is because or actually that's the benefit of having a full-time job, is because at least I don't feel like I'm obligated to take work. I can just kind of take it as I can handle it, and it's kind of like it's hard to say no because you want to do it, but it's also easy to say no because you don't have to, you know.
Yeah.
So I like that quite a bit. Money Making Mike, man, it's good to have you. You're right, 2 weeks in a row you popped in, so it's awesome to see you, bro and lawns. Man, getting a couple of wondrous people here. It's a little lawn care celebrities tonight.
So you were talking about eating a lot. I don't know if people watch my old videos, in the summertime and watch them now. You can usually see I'm a little chubbier in the face, and you'd be able to tell. But I stepped on the scale the other day, and I was like, "Oh man, this is not good." I'm at my highest weight, that I've been at before, and it's like, well, I know it's almost February. That's usually when that happens.
Yeah.
So I've really been thinking, and it's not like I'm gonna try to like diet or anything, but it's just I'm gonna try to like not eat so much. I
Yeah.
feel like it's very easy in the winter time to just go to the refrigerator and get something, and my portions are just too big. I think if I just limit that, I could maintain what I do when I'm out working. And it's like I'm getting older. I gotta start really watching. So.
Yeah. See, the problem is, at least for me, is the food my wife cooks is too good. Like I just can't stop eating it. She needs to start like break off some of that cooking skill, so I don't want to eat so much of it, because I can't stop. I don't have any limits. I just eat it till it's gone.
Yeah. Well, right now for me, the boys don't eat a terrible amount. I mean, they're skinny and little still, but give it about 4 or 5 years when they're teenagers, and then it's probably like I'll probably be fighting to get my food. So maybe I'll lose some weight then.
Yeah. Tino, welcome again tonight, man. I've got I think this is the second week in a row as well, Tino. So for you guys that for particularly Tino, Money Making Mike, Lawn Commander, I've been doing, you guys know I've been doing these lives, but I think this is going to be my last scheduled live, and I'm going to start putting out some other videos. So it's good to have you guys for this last live for the year. So yeah, it's last year about this time I was doing my intermittent fasting, and I was putting that on my personal channel, and I think I mentioned it a few times, but I can't remember. I think I lost was it 13 pounds in January last year? Because I'm the same way. I start putting weight on, right after lawn season, because I keep on eating like I'm mowing lawns every day, because that's my appetite. But then I don't have the activity, so I put a lot of it on right there at the end of the year. And then January, I did. It's an alternate day fast, so I just didn't eat one day. From the time I woke up to the time I woke up the next day. But that ends up being like over 30 hours. And I lost 13 pounds in the month of January doing that.
That's good.
Yeah. But the beauty of doing it that way is I ate whatever I wanted before. Stacy was actually following me, Lawn Commander's following me on that. And he was kind of giving me some really good input on that. But yeah, that was just kind of a challenge for me. I was like, can I really eat whatever I wanted if I just don't eat one day and then eat the next day? And it worked for weight loss.
Yeah.
And I didn't deprive myself of anything. I still ate whatever I wanted and drank whatever I wanted when I was eating.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to, I've already done a little bit. I'm going to try to do some more exercising too. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, here I am a PE teacher, but it's like, I don't do what I preach, I guess, to the kids, but I need to just start doing the stuff with them in school. Yeah. And I have a little bit more like sit-ups and push-ups and that kind of stuff. I mean, I probably won't lose the weight, but at least maybe I can bulk up again a little bit, because I used to be real big into like lifting weights and like physical fitness and stuff when I was younger. But then once we had kids, it was so hard to like keep up doing that stuff, and just having the motivation to do it. So hopefully, maybe too, as the kids get bigger, then they'll want to do more of that stuff too.
Yeah.
But
I tried that with my kids, and my son, he loves to run, but he's obviously not a distance runner, because I would run him out before we got halfway up the street. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, come on, boy.
I'm with him there. I don't like running long distance. I can sprint if I need to, but that's about it. I I don't know if I've ever mentioned I used to be in wrestling, like in high school, and actually I coached wrestling for a while, and so I was used to doing a lot of stuff. And I mean, when I was in high school, my body fat was like next to nothing, but I mean, we trained like crazy, and then it's like once you stop doing it, it adds on easy. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're right. The older you get, or it's not the harder it is, it's the easier it is to gain weight.
yeah, harder
Yeah,
it is to lose it.
yeah. And I don't know how you feel about this, but my job, I have to pull these fuel hoses, and there's about 20 gallons in the hoses at almost 7 pounds per gallon. So what is that? 7 by 20? That's 140 pounds of fuel plus the weight of a 60-foot rubber hose, dragging the ground, dragging concrete. So it's adding resistance to it. But when I first started this job about 11 years ago, I used to be like hard at it. No problem. I'll just pull that hose right out. Now I'm like, oh, come on. Somebody help me. I mean, I think I've lost a lot of just pure strength,
Yeah.
now that I'm over 40.
Well, but it's still probably good that you're doing it. That's the thing. You talk to people, and it's like I feel like guys like us have aches and pains, because of physical work we do. But then there's people that have aches and pains because they sit at a desk all day too. So I mean, it can go both ways. I'd rather have the aches and pains from doing the manual labor. But
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think it's true what they say. It's like a body in motion stays in motion,
yeah,
because your joints, man, your joints and your flexibility. And I've got a
Mhm.
guy that I work with, and he's in his 70s. I can't believe that I have a guy that's in his 70s that works with me, but he doesn't do the same job I do. But I asked him, I was like, now you being your age, I don't mind calling him an old, because that's the way we are. You're just old. He knows it, you know. But I said, what is it that you would want back? Would you rather have like strength, flexibility, endurance? I mean, what is it that you want? He said, I just want to be able to pick something up off the ground. It was those practical things that he can't do anymore, and so stretching and things like that. And that kind of interested me because, it'd be easy for me to be like, well, I just want to stay strong. I want to stay strong, but you can, push a car down the road, but if you can't bend over to tie your shoelace,
Yeah.
kind of life is that,
Yeah, I've seen that before. I walked into Walmart one time, and this guy, uh, he looked like he was like stiff as a board, but his arms were like the size of my waist. His biceps. He was just huge and totally jacked. And I'm like, dude, that's great and all, but he could probably lift a car if he could bend down to pick it up. He just looked like he had no flexibility, So
Yeah. Hey, Drew, how are you doing, bud?
Oh, not too bad. How you guys doing?
Oh, real good.
Right.
It's good to have you back on.
Absolutely. I know I felt bad. I was kind of watching last time. I was like, man, I just couldn't get up.
Oh, no sweat, man. No sweat. It has been a few weeks. So what's been going on with you?
Not much. And now I'm just getting ready for tax time. Yeah.
Tax time. I was avoiding
Don't
that. So
remind me.
that's okay. We'll talk about that.
No, we don't need.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like,
So,
it's just it's a little bit different for me since this is my second year going into business, but first year I'm having a hard time figuring out, these receipts go here, there kind of a thing. But
yeah. Yeah. Were you able to keep your receipts all for the most part, pretty organized throughout the year? Is it kind of, because I know Ben was talking about that. I don't know if it was last year or the year before that was one of his biggest challenges with his bookkeeping, was keeping those receipts organized. And at the end of the year, it's just a real pain for him. I think he's fixed that since then, but do you have a pretty good system for keeping those organized?
well, actually, the first year, I mean, it kind of was organized, but I would just stuff them all like in a folder, and then
Mhm.
I would stored them. So I mean, really, no, they're not that great organized, but I know where they all are.
Yeah. I remember my first year that I actually had somebody else do my taxes, and I thought it was interesting. I thought he would want to see all my rents, before he kind of, I didn't know what an accountant did really, but I just wanted to make sure that at least that first year I went to someone that kind of knew about businesses and, knew about deductions, because I didn't know about deductions and all that type of stuff. And pretty much the only question he asked me, he says, "Do you have receipts for all your expenses?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Okay." I don't know if he's a good accountant or not, but
I've kind of been.
I guess I'll find out whatever they charge me to do it. I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of like $250, $300. I think to do mine. I don't know if that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's about where my first accountant started at. I think it was about $300 I paid him, and then over the next couple of years, he kept on raising it, and then I ended up paying like $450, and I'm like, I'm done with you. I'm not paying $450 for you to do my taxes.
Unless you're going to give me back 2 or 3 G's or more, then all right.
Right. Joffrey, I think you're about to say something earlier, I think.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say kind of the same thing, I guess, with mine. I'm not real organized. I put all my receipts in, kind of an envelope and I go through everything at the end of the year, which, I should be doing it as I go, but it's not that big a deal. I don't have a terrible amount, but yeah, the same thing. Well, actually, this past year I had somebody different do it. The guy I had doing it was older and kind of actually has cancer. And so I went and just with a different guy that actually I mow for, one of my customers. And I just decided to do with him because I knew the other guy was sick. And hey, Lainey. And anyway, though, the biggest thing is the. Okay, just a minute. The biggest thing is like the big receipts that the big purchases, the ones they're usually worried about, more or less. So
right.
Can you say
hi?
What's up, little lady?
I'll call that a hi.
Right there.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Oh, there's a smile.
But yeah, I think I pay like I wasn't paying much from the guy I had before, but he was more like a friend of the family, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And this last time, I think I paid like $350, which was kind of a lot compared to what I was paying. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't continue to go up in price like yours did, because $450 seems like a lot.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't understand why he raised the price on me, and I was kind of okay with it because every time I went in there, I had like different questions for him each year. So he would spend some time with me and answer my questions, and I was happy with with our interaction. But then that last year, I just didn't have any more questions. I dropped off a pretty little packet. Everything was nice and organized with him. He gave me a sheet. It told me, said, "Hey, fill it like this, because the more time I spend on it, the cheaper or the more expensive it is." So I did everything perfect, man. It was just this pretty package. It was just perfect, right? And I just dropped it off at his office. I didn't even meet with him this time. And then 20 minutes later, I get a phone call. He says, "We're done." And then I get there and I'm like, $450? I'm like, that's $50 more than it was last year. I was like, it's supposed to be cheaper. So right. I was
Unless
like, yeah.
you made more money.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to be based off of that, though. I mean, if he puts an extra digit in there in my income, that's not worth $50.
I just figured, you know what, let a CPA do it, because at the end of the day, it's like I want to be able to sleep,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the nice thing is, I guess it's a tax write-off too, but
yeah.
Good night, Mike G.
Oh, Mike G's going. Good night,
Virgil,
Mike.
You have a great point there, Virgil. People need to be like Mike G. They need to be valuable to their employers. Just my opinion.
There we go. Yep. Mike G. You guys all know Mike G, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, money making. Yeah, he cracks me up. He totally. You know what? I still don't know if he if he has his own business, or if he works, or if he's like kind of like a partner in another business, because
I think
he's involved in so much. You know.
I think
But
he
he's
has a
been mowing
full-time
lawns
job
for
and then he
all his
does
life.
landscaping on the side.
Okay, that's what I thought. But he just overlaps himself with other people too. You know. Yeah.
He makes the
You
rounds.
know, when
You could
he's
say.
sleeping, he's making that money. You know.
I know. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, Mr. Andrew, how you doing?
Doing good, you know.
Good, man. It's been a couple weeks since you've been on too. What's been going on with you?
Not too much.
You staying busy, I hope.
Yeah, just trying to figure out a few. Trying to find parts for the grill, but
Yeah.
trying to figure
Parts for the grill?
I gotta find my book for the grill anyway, so I can find the serial number. It needs a niter, so.
Okay.
Which is easy fix.
Yeah.
10-year-old grill needs a niter, which
Hey,
no
I
surprise.
think you got your money's out of a 10-year-old grill.
Well, it's still running.
Yeah.
Strong Weber grill.
Yeah. Last time I tried to find parts for a grill, it seemed like the designs changed so much, except the igniter's a little different. I was trying to find grates because my grates were all rusted and bad, and I just didn't want to cook on them anymore. And I couldn't find a grate that fitted anymore because my grill was just plain obsolete. And I tried some of those generic ones, but they just don't fit right, you know, the generic ones that you buy.
Gary, yes, you can, but you just gotta keep them labeled. I think you can use that with yard books. Mm-hmm. I think.
Let's see here. I was using a little bit, except I wasn't good with it, so I didn't keep it up. But I had it was basically like a PDF document type of app. So you just take a picture of it, and it converts it into a PDF and stores it, and I could save it on Google Drive is what I was doing with it. But I was really bad with it. I was better with the manual system, just stuffing it in an envelope. And I would have like January through December with the year on it. And each month I would just, I would have that month's envelope with me. And then as I bought something, I just stuff it in that envelope. And then after that month was over, I close it up and put it in a drawer, and I get next month's envelope. So mine aren't broken down to like weeks or anything like that, but I have them all separated by month. And that's how I do it.
Yeah, just keep organized, because otherwise you're going to with everything.
Yeah. You know, yeah, that's true. You can spend a lot of time sorting through. And one year I had that, and Guth was talking about with large purchases. You definitely want to keep a hold of those because you want the deduction to say, "Well, I bought it," not for those. And so, yeah, if you lose a big receipt like that, that could be a pain in the butt trying to get something else.
Yeah, keep the receipt and keep the thing with the warranty on it.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
For me, with those large purchases, they always want. It seems like they always want those receipts in my tax, like a copy of it in the my total tax report that I get back. That way, it shows what you're depreciating on there, the name of it, and everything. Right. But like the other receipts, just like a gas receipt or something you just bought that's small. I mean, I keep those too, but they're not actually in my whole tax, whatever you call it, I guess. I don't know. Filing, the whole thing they print off.
Oh. So. We have Canadians in the house.
Yeah, we've got a new one. That the other Canadian that usually drops in is Scott. Everybody knows Scott from Red Rock Maintenance, but it looks like we've got Isaac Yard Services from Manitoba. So welcome, Isaac. Hey, Isaac, I actually I'll give you guys a little bit of information about me from my past. I'm married to a girl named Kristen now. It's my wife's name, but I was actually engaged to a girl named Kristen from Manitoba a long time ago, but we never got married. So I'm somewhat familiar with Manitoba. Right up there at the border of North Dakota is where I was stationed in the Air Force, and we would go to Manitoba. Yep.
Nice.
So farmland up there, lots of grass to cut.
Same here. One of my one of my friends that lived here in Central Illinois, he now lives in Manitoba,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like does mission work up there. So that's kind
Okay.
of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Did
Definitely.
you ever cross the border, Matt?
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, we of course keep in mind that I'm not the same dude that I was then. But I was in the Air Force as my first duty station, and everybody wanted to go up to Canada because there was this dance club up there that everybody wanted to go to, and so we went up there, and that's where I met her, and yeah, we started dating, and I would go up there most weekends. Most weekends I'd go up to Manitoba, but it was at least the part that I was in. It was so country. Her dad sold Case tractors, is what his business was, and her brother was a mechanic. And I don't know if he worked. I can't remember if he worked for the Case dealer as a mechanic there, or if he was with an auto dealer. But I want to say it's a little bit of both, probably, because it was small town. Everything was small town up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and they were very proud. Have you guys ever met or been around Canadians at all?
Been a while.
Mike from was it MBG Adventures?
Yeah, yeah.
He's Canadian.
That the Canadians are super proud. Super proud, and I always thought that was very very interesting. Of course, I mean, it's like we're proud to be American, right? But Canadians, they are. I mean, they really love their country. So I really admire that about them. That they're real.
I think
Canadian patriots, really.
I think Mark's Visit World's up by Lake Huron. I think.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
think you're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can come in low, get multi-year contract.
He's hit up that way. They've got a very thick accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say my friend that lives in Manitoba, though, even him, like he grew up, around here where I'm at. But now when I see him, everything is a, a.
Yeah.
And he says
Yeah.
that a lot. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
you would think he lived there his whole life, but obviously it just caught on.
Do they ever speak
Yeah.
in Yipper,
Yepper.
as they call it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I had trouble distinguishing the people from North Dakota and Canada because they were so close in the way they talked, except for the A's. You're right.
Okay.
They said A all the time, and it is easy to catch on to that. It is easy.
Must be why, yeah.
Yeah. It just seems like the natural way to end a sentence.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like he says okay and then a lot, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just different,
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure Drew would fit in with a saying a after everything.
Hey.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Maybe Isaac can tell us what's going on with lawn care up in Canada, if they're getting any snow up there or whatnot. Because I never cut any grass up there, so I don't know what it's like up there. I know Scott from Red Rock is not doing any of that at all whatsoever, but he's on the lake, so that's quite a bit different than in Manitoba.
Yeah, depending on the system, depending on how close he is to the lake, he might or might not get any snow.
Oh man, Scott's right on the lake. Yeah.
He'll probably get
Yeah,
lots
right.
of wind and rain. Maybe
Yeah.
some ice every now and then, but
Oh, there he goes. That's what he's telling. Yeah, he said he just got done finishing his snow route 4 hours ago. So good job, man. Good job. You made it home and made a bunch of money, I'm sure.
Nice. Nice.
So guys, you guys got any plans for got any last minute trips planned before you guys kick up the lawn care again or the spring fever?
No, I don't think so.
No, get it while you can type of stuff.
I mean, you never know. Anything could happen, I suppose.
A
I hear-
spontaneous vacation.
I hear
Right.
flight tickets for planes are low. airline tickets.
Yeah, I heard that. Except that I don't know if you guys heard it, but some of the airlines are requiring vaccination before you get on their plane.
Oh,
I
are
don't
they
know
now?
if that's gonna affect, but they're talking about that. So,
Yeah,
of course,
they're talking about having you have to give the two negative, one or two negative tests before you fly,
okay,
and you have to have proof.
okay. Well, that makes sense. That the vaccine, as you guys know, it's not available to the general public yet. They're still, controlling that. But I am one that is not going to get it, so I'm more than likely not going to end up flying to too many places anytime soon.
Heck, we probably won't see it till summer, probably.
Yeah.
At least late spring or early to midsummer, at least. By the time by the time they get enough and then distribute it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what they're talking about.
they distribute it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And who gets it is supposed to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've
had a
already
couple
been.
Oops.
I was going to say, so being a teacher, I've already been asked, or all our teachers have by the health department in our county, whether or not we want it. I'm not going to get it, but it is available to us within the next few weeks. They're going to start doing it. So
Yeah, I think I was going to be a part of that because my boss called me, and he said if the base is going to provide vaccinations, do you want one? And I told him no, and I think it's because even though we're contractors, they're considering my career field, what we do on the base, a critical function. So they wanted to, but there's some people because like that. I think I was talking about the guy earlier. He's in his 70s. He was in that group of people where it's available right now. So we've had one person get vaccinated, but I won't be taking it even when it is available. But they did the same thing to us. They offered it to us. So,
yeah, my friend's dad is in the first wave in New York, in upstate New York, to get an appointment to get the shot. But
yeah,
they just got the appointment for April.
Oh, wow.
April.
April.
Yeah. Well, that's bad for people that want it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oklahoma, they were throwing stats out there, and I can't remember what it was, but they have like I can't remember. It was like 30,000 appointments scheduled, but only like so many thousand. There's like a real small percentage of that could actually go get it because it wasn't released yet for them. And I was like, I just don't understand the point of these reports.
Virgil. You see Virgil's comment there, Matt?
What is Virgil saying?
I want the vaccine. I can't wait.
Can't wait to be a zombie.
And terrorize everyone.
Hey, man, I can't wait to be a zombie. Yeah, I mean, whew. it's well, from what I can tell, it's a protein. What the vaccination does is it adds a protein into your DNA. So I don't know what that protein is for one. Protein for what? So, and being that it transcribes onto your DNA, I don't know what a zombie looks like. Never seen one, but I'm not looking to really be one.
Right.
So you were
Jurassic Park?
What was that?
Have you seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Well, the one with Chris Pratt in it, when he was talking about what a bad idea it was to go around messing with dinosaur DNA.
Oh yeah, that was
I kind of feel like we're living that right now a little bit.
I think that was one of the new ones.
So Matt, you were asking about is anybody doing any trips or anything?
Yeah.
No, I'm not, but my wife has one planned probably to get her time in before lawn care season starts because I'll never be around. But
yeah, that's right.
her and one of her best friends, they're going down to Florida for basically kind of an extended weekend, like Thursday through Tuesday or something. And so I'll have
that would be great.
but they're going to do that in first week of March. So she's
that's
really
great.
looking forward to that. And it'll be nice for her, her and her girlfriend, and they can relax. Why
If she does that, then Goose, at some point, Goose should do something for a weekend.
Yeah, you're right. I should. I need to. I need to.
She gets a weekend. You get a weekend.
That's right. I need to come out though. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so if you don't have anything scheduled, Joffrey, what would you do if you had the time? What would you do? Where would you go?
True. Good question. I don't know. She would say it'd be boring, but I'd probably come see you, Matt, and we'd hang out.
Hey, why don't you come on over?
I would. It'd be fun because I actually have a cousin that lives in Oklahoma City, so it'd be nice to visit. So
maybe you swing over to see the cousin and swing over to see him.
Yep, exactly.
Oh man, we'd love it. You don't even have to let us know you're coming. I'll just have to shoot you my address and just come knock on the door, and we're more than likely going to be here.
All right. Yep. Cool.
Just honk when you pull in.
Honk when you pull in. That's right.
Be Eddie from Christmas National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
I know, right?
Drew knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That would be funny. That would be funny. Oh gosh, guys, man, can you believe it's 10:01 already?
I was just gonna say you got your hour in, so
yeah, the hour's in. It goes too fast, but yeah. And this is the last one. This is the last live, so I'm so glad to have you guys. It's good to see you, Andrew and
Drew.
Drew.
It's been the last live.
What's that?
What do you mean it's the last live?
It's the last live. This is my last live for the year, scheduled Sunday Night Live. I got to get on some of those reviews and talk about those sprayers and the mowers and everything. I've been promising.
You got to do some videos, huh?
Yeah, I've been promising those videos for some time now, and I just haven't followed through. So I'm going to make it a point, but I'm going to try to post them. My goal is to post them at the exact same time that we do the live, but they won't be live. It's just I'm going to start getting on some of these equipment reviews, get those out there, and then by the time I get done with those, I'll probably be starting my lawn care again with mostly with the spraying, because last year I kind of was a little behind the curve, so I'm going to start a couple weeks earlier than last year. And then maybe I'll start getting some mowing videos out instead.
Just hit the timing right for the fertilizing and spraying. Otherwise, I learned it doesn't work.
Yeah. So, but it's a pleasure to have you guys, and it was good to see you guys down there, Drew and Andrew. Guth, it's always good to have you, man.
Absolutely.
So.
Thanks.
I'll definitely see you around.
Yep, I'll be around. Hopefully this will give me some time, and I could drop in on some other guys that are doing some lives at the same time. I know David's Lawn and Tree with Mark from Eclipse. I think they do a live. I think the Lawn Stars do one. But I'm going to be looking around and see what's going on, and I might drop in on those if I'm not going to be live myself, at least for a few minutes, because I've already got the time somewhat cut out. But I think I'm just going to be taking this evening and actually falling asleep with my wife, because usually when I get out of here, she's already in bed and sleeping, because the weekends are kind of hard. Even though we do Saturday Sabbath, it's Sunday's kind of a busy time, and it wears her out. So
I think Acme or KH does their stream.
They do Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday nights. Mm-hmm.
Or who knows? Maybe you'll catch one of mine or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. I do go back and I pull you up. I do pull you up and watch them after the fact. And I know there's a lot of people that do that, because it's funny, because I only have about 10 people. Like, I got 7 people watching right now, but I usually get about 70 or 80 views on each video. So there's a lot of people that go back and watch after the fact. So I'm glad for that. And I know we all kind of get something like that, and that's good. you know, and I don't really have the best time slot for lives because a lot of people have to get up and go to work, or they're early birds like Tino.
Oh yeah, I'll be working in the AM.
Yeah.
Are you getting
so-
snow there, Drew?
Yep, I'll be doing a salt run in the morning.
Oh
What
my
are they
gosh,
predicting? Few inches or what?
No, just like a dusting,
Oh, okay.
but it's gonna be icy
Oh.
out.
No plowing
Yeah.
then.
Nope, just salt. Won't take long.
Yeah. Well, be careful out there, Mr. Drew, and go
I
make
will
that
try
money.
to.
Watch for
Yeah.
black ice, Drew.
That's right. All right, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Yeah. Sounds
Take
good.
care.
Sounds good, guys.
Take care.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good one.
See you later.
We'll see you later, Andrew.
See you, Matt. See you, Andrew.
I'll see
We'll
you in
see
the
you
Acme
later.
stream there, Matt.
Sounds good. All right. So yeah, you guys heard it here. Last live stream, and it's kind of bittersweet. Sweet because I get to have time with my wife, but bitter because it's going to be less time with you guys face to face. But thanks to everybody who's been attending my live streams and hanging out with me and keeping me some company and checking up with me. So I just really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys do enjoy the content that I'm going to be coming out with this next year. I hope that I can get myself to 1,000 and start kind of giving back a little bit more. I'm probably going to do a giveaway at that 1,000. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but my last one was right around valued around about $100 or so. But I'll be doing another giveaway at 1,000. I forgot to mention that earlier. But I'm really excited. I'm excited about this year. I'm excited to engage you guys in the way that I have in the past and making some hopefully some interesting and good content for you guys. So, and I hope you guys like that. I hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream because I've enjoyed it with you guys. So I'm going to sign off this one the way I always do, but be praying for me. I'm praying for you, and be keeping, if there's any prayer requests that have been voiced, please try to keep those in mind and be praying for each other because we all need it. We're all got stuff going on. And we just need that kind of support because in the end, the only thing that's going to matter is where we're putting our faith. And so, yeah, I guess that's about all I got to say on that. But love you guys. Have a great week and enjoy my video next week. So take care, Lord bless.